Hello and welcome back. So, congratulations, you did the whole course. Now we come to the last chapter and we do a simulation of a basking show. Let's imagine we got a jazz fusion band in a diner context. The fixtures we're using are some Fresnels in the front truss and 2 blinders. The back truss with 6 wash, 6 spots, and on the ground we got 4 beams as floors. So the show will be a basking show. We got no idea what the band is playing. This means we're preparing a whole page of executors. I'm gonna use the fader wing A and fader wing B with all executors and also some executors buttons. A lot of the techniques we learned in the course will be repeated. For example, patching, designing the gels, the 3D simulation, presets, hard programming, aligning, the follow button, render settings, change 3D devices, queues, queue stacks, queue stack options, speedmaster, effects, also symmetric effects, group master, command line in queues, and so on. Okay, let's have fun! Okay, I already created a new show. First of all, let's connect the 3D to the console. So we go to Setup, we create a session. And we invite the 3D. Okay, the HUD is green, the connection is made. Then we go to Patch and Fixture Schedule, and we start patching our lights. First of all, we got 6 Fresnel front lights. I patched them as dimmer channel. Also we got 1 profiler, 2 blinder, and 1 channel I use for the smoke machine. So in total 10 dimmer channels. The smoke machine channel here appears as a dimmer channel, but as the smoke machine only got 1 DMX channel, I will patch it as a dimmer. Everything fine. Start ID would be 101. Okay. Next thing is the wash lights. We got a wash from Martin. And we play with the Mac Outer. Here they are. And the first mode. The quantity is 6. We start with our ID with 201. I change the name to wash. Yeah, here everything is fine. Okay. Let's continue with the spots. Also from Martin. We got the old Mac 500. Here they are. In the Gobo mode fixed and mode 4. Also we got 6 of them. Starting the ID with 301. I rename them to spot. And last not least, 4 beams. That's from Clay Paki. And let's look for the Sharpie. In the lamp on mode. And we only got 4 of them as floors. And starting with the ID 401. I call them beam. Now everything is fine. Everything is patched and I make a backup. Okay, let's go to the 3D. Well, actually for our show it's not necessary what I do now, but it's important for this video to have a simulation. So let's start and add a stage. I go to the assets window. Nope. In the media database we can choose a platform, maybe the platform 4. We change a bit the size. We will have a stage of 10 meter. 10 on 7 on half a meter. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And also let's put a few musicians. There will be a drummer. I go to the 2D view to set the height. Okay, also there will be a piano player. Let's see if we got a piano player. Yeah, let's take the electric piano. Put them up. A bit to the left. Contrabass player. Musicians. Contrabass. A bit to the back. This is a contrabass? Yeah. Okay, and the singer. The singer also will be the position of the presenter. Here I only put an instrument, let's delete it. I want to have a contrabass player, not instruments, but musicians. Yeah, same mistake with the piano. We lift him a bit up. Next thing is the contrabass. Now we are on musicians. That's fine. And a singer. Girl singing or singer female too, that's fine. A bit to the front. Here's the singer. Here's the piano. This should be the contrabass. Let's put the singer in the center. Yeah, we orbit a bit. Yeah, to me it's looking fine. Okay, next step. We start and set up the lights. First of all, we need some groups. I would like to have the front light as one group. Store them here, front. Next thing the profiler will be the profiler for the presenter. Then we got two blinder. And last but not least, the smoke machine. Then we make a group of our mag aura. Take all of them. I call them wash. A group of our mags. I call them spot. And our four sharpies. Beam. All other groups we do later when we need them. Okay, gonna minimize the window. And let's do the positioning of the 3D. So we choose groups. First of all, the front light. I highlight them. And here they are. As default, the dimmer channels are patched as long power cans. I would like to have Fresnels. And we got the 2K Studio Fresnel. Okay, let's set up the position. I prefer doing this in the 2D view. Higher. Now I align them. change the position and let's see if we hit the right angle. Okay, I change a bit the render settings. The ambience color and the point light color will be lower, the beam intensity higher, and also the spot intensity. Okay, they're hitting the position, and now we can adjust the angle. First of all, I go back, I select them again, and now we need the properties window. Where is it? Here's the assets. Here it is. Now our front light's still selected and we can change the angle of the beam. That's fine. If we would like to, we could also play a bit with the barn doors. But actually for the simulation we don't need this. Okay, what we need is to put a shell. And as you remember the shell we put in the setup menu of the dot. Oh, it's a bit laggy at the moment, the computer. No, didn't work. So again, visualization color, swatch book, a Lee, full correction to blue at 201. Here it is. Okay, done. And now we apply the changes. It's updating. Yes, and we get the daylight. Okay, I change a bit the view. Okay, fine. Next thing is the profiler for the presenter. I deselect this one, I highlight the light. Okay, and we set up this light. Again, let's change here. Again, it's a long power can, and we'd like to change it to our source 4, to our profiler. And here's our source 4. I think the render settings, will lower them a bit. So it's not that exact, the simulation, but a bit faster. Have to highlight again. Okay. And now we go to the position in the center of the truss. And let's see if we hit the presenter. Should be somewhere here. Yeah, here it is. Okay, now I change the render setting again to correct. And what we can do is we can play a bit with the shapes. So it should be, sometimes I'm looking for this, the plate 4. No, let's do another thing. First of all, we reduce the beam angle. And then we cut off the front. This could be the shape, the plate 3. Yes. So let's cut off the front. And we get a nice circle to the back. Okay, nice. Next thing is the blinder, are the blinders. We lift them up. Again, we have to change the model. Generic 8 blinders. Okay, now I can do the rotation straight away to the audience. That's fine. The position, we will spread them a bit. Maybe here. Yeah, more or less it's the position. This could be a bit more to the left, to the right. Okay, fine. Now the wash lights. We only got 2 trusses, a front truss and a back truss. So we lift up the trusses. We lift up the wash lights. All of them up. A bit of a line. All to the back. And I already know we need this more in the center. This should be a bit more here and here. Okay. Let's orbit. Yeah, it's looking fine. Next thing are the spots. Or there's still one wash light on. So reset everything. Spots are highlighted. Up. Also a line. Yeah. Okay. Well, it needed to be exact, but here it's looking fine. And last but not least, we got our beams. Beams will be in the back, also a bit aligned. We go to our 2D view. Here's the side view. We turn them upside down. So maybe on this height, if we think they're on cases. Okay, everything is done. The setup is done. That's a bit of background color so we can see. Okay, let's turn them on all to see if the lights are working. Okay, everything is fine, and we make a backup here. Okay, next thing is we start programming intensity. I would like to use the first fader wing, and I start with groups. First of all, our front light. The front light will be stored, in my case, on the very right in the first fader wing. Okay, now I made a mistake. I stored actually nothing. Okay, front light, I give them full intensity and store them here and call them front. Next thing is the smoke machine with full intensity on the next fader. As the front light is the most important thing, I would like to give it a high priority, in this case a super priority. So I will avoid that any programming mistake will turn off the front light. Okay, smoke machine is fine, front is fine. Next thing is the intensity of the wash. All were selected, full intensity, and I store them here in the first fader on the left. Wash int. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, everything's fine. Next thing is a second cue on the same fader. Here I would like to have an intensity chase of the wash, dimmer, soft dimmer. Oh, the highlight is still on, that's a problem. And we do a shuffle selection, that's fine. I store them here as a second cue and call this as dim chase shuffle. Okay, now we have to change the executor. I don't want to have an auto stop. Auto start is fine. So we can change. First of all, I have to clear everything. So it's a bit difficult with the windows. Here it is. Okay. Here we got the first cue, and here is the shuffle chase. And we go back to the first cue. So we only got 2 cues. We don't need a go back button. Now I would like to have a speed fader to be able to adjust the speed of the dimmer chase. And the speed fader I will program on the fader wing 2, store speed, and assign the speed master 1. I go back to the first fader wing and assign our executor we made here with master speed 1. And the good thing now, if I use a virtual playback, I can assign the second fader wing to this virtual playback. And now I got a possibility to adjust the speed with this fader, and it's all in one line. So it's good for basking if you got everything in one view, or at least that's my way of working. Also we can tap the tempo. And off again. Same thing we do for our spots. I selected all spots. First cue will be a full intensity. Spot int. Next thing will be a dimmer chase or a soft dimmer and a shuffle selection. Yeah, that's fine. Create a second cue. I call this shuffle soft. Next thing is our hard chase. Also with a shuffle selection. That's fine. We start our hard chase. And the last cue in this executor will be a symmetric chase. I would like to have a chase going from inside to the outside. So for this I go to our fixture view and make the selection order from inside to the outside. Go to the dimmer. Let's do this as a soft dimmer. And the soft dimmer will be with blocks of 2. And it should be this. Yeah. Here it is. And we can play a bit with the softness, not with the softness, with the width. Yeah. Okay, the simulation is a bit slow. More important is here the visualization in the second monitor. And we store this here and I call it Sim Chase. Clear everything. Now we prepare the executor. Same as before, there is auto stop. Then we assign the flash button as a go back button, because we got more than one possibility. And a second speed master. Same thing as before, we store a second speed master in the second fader ring. And when we go back here, everything is cleared. So let's see what we did. Here's the intensity. Let's tap a tempo. First chase. Here's the second chase. And here is the symmetric chase. We can go back and turn it off. Okay, let's continue with the beams. Actually, it's the same idea, same concept. All the beams, full intensity. I store them here as beam int. Second thing is, well, we only got 4 instances, we only got 4 lights, so we can do a directional chase here, straight away with this. Store here. And then I would like to make a chase with inside and outside. So I'm gonna change the fixture order, first the inside and then the outside fixtures. I go again to our chase and we can do this as a hard dimmer chase. Let's take a look here. And we also have to add blocks, and when we do it in blocks of 2, yeah. First of all, we go back from the MA, and here we got the chase of blocks. I store them here and call them block chase. Same thing, we assign this the flash button as a go back button. We kill the auto stop and use our master speed 3. Master speed 3 will be stored here. Everything is cleared. Okay, and now we are ready with the intensity faders of all our groups. So we got a front light. We got a presenter. The wash backlight, the spots, and our beams. Just take a look if the beam is working with the effects. Yeah, it's working fine. Okay, still left are the blinder. For the blinder I don't want to use executor fader. I can use an executor button. So let's go to the groups, the blinder, full intensity, and restore them. Let's say here where the front light is, and call this blinder. Okay, fine. Next thing is we can do some color layouts. I would like to do a fader for the colors. Let's use this fader, this executor. Okay, I turn on all colors. So all effects are off. And now we're gonna work with presets. I'm gonna make 2 presets of warm colors and 2 presets of cold colors. Oh no, let's make it different. Let's make for each kind of fixtures, we can make a bank of presets. Okay, let's start with the LEDs. Red, red, another red, maybe here orange. Let's go to yellow. A cyan and a blue. I'm not a big friend of green, so in this basking show there won't be green, or if there's a green then it will be done on the fly. Next thing, the spots. The spots I need a white for sure. Up. Stop, something is still selected. Let's delete this. Okay, I only want to have the spots. Here there are. Color. Let's do it different. Let's go to the raw colors and let's see what they got here. Okay, we need white. Let's take some different reds. Magenta is fine. Pink. Also orange. Is there a nice orange? No. So let's go for the yellow. Oops, mistake. Yellow star here. And let's go for the cold colors. The cyan and a blue. Okay, fine. And next is the Sharpies. With the Sharpies I don't need that many colors. Of course, open, a white. Whoop, it's a B color. Don't need a B color. Okay, they're still selected, the Sharpies. Yes, the color. Here's open. Then red. Well, it's not as red as I thought. Orange. Yellow. They're not that nice, the colors. We got the aquamarine here. Oops, sorry. My mistake. Star here. Yeah, I've been working with Everlights yesterday, so sometimes I forgot that I need a store button. Okay, and here we can put a light green. Okay, so we got some color presets. And now let's make a few designs. I would start with a totally red design. Okay, let's make it, I need 2 monitors. So the washes are red, the spot got this color, and the beams will also be red. Okay, that's my first design. I'm gonna store it here in color fader. Red, pink. The beams are fine, although maybe the beams too are orange. No, the beams will be red again. What we can do is with the wash, we can give the wash a nice color fade. We do this with align and as hard programming. Yes, that's nice. And we store it here as red 2. Okay, next thing is a bit with white. Here we can go and tell the spot. Now we do the beam, we do the beam white. The spot will be the light pink again. And the wash will be orange. Okay, that's fine as well. Or maybe let's change the beam of... Well, that's not that green. Yeah. That's the next design. Red cyan. Okay, let's make a mixed design. Here I go again to the fixture view. Well, the max I could store even group, but now I would like to work a bit faster, so I only do hard coding. This will be the light pink. It's very nice. I like it very much. The Sharpies will also be, well, it's the most pink they got. And the inside Sharpies is cyan. And for our wash, we do a nice align, color align. Maybe starting here and up to the cyan. Okay, it's very... Now the even and odd, I don't like it that much, so let's change here with the spots. We change the spot 3 and 4, well, actually all of them. Let's do this and that. And also the Sharpie, the red, is not that nice. It's too much color, too many different colors. We can see here. So let's do all the beams in cyan. Okay. We store it here. Red cyan 2. And the last thing is a very blue design. We go to the groups, all the wash lights will be, well, also all the wash lights will have a color starting here and doing an outside align to here. Then we got the spots will be cyan and our beams will be also this lavender. It's a blue design. Store here and I call it cold 1. And the next thing is that all of our lights, it's a hard coding thing again, will be as blue as possible. Wow, that's also a nice one. Yeah. Okay, and that's the last design. And we store it here. It's cold 2. Okay, we clear everything. And starting assigning the fader, there's no auto stop. And there is a go back button. Where is the go back? Here it is. Okay, if we would have only CIM or RGB devices, would be nice to work with a crossfader. Oops. Okay, let's see what happens. We start the design. And here we got a possibility also to work with a crossfader. You can see in the back with the wash, so the fade is more affecting the wash. I have to turn off the auto start. It's also a thing disturbing here. So we got here our designs. That's fine. And we can play a little bit with the crossfade. Okay, let's start maybe with this design, or yeah, with this design. And we do some positions. For the positions, no, it's not a good idea, we need a stronger color. I turn off the executor, so we got white. Okay, we start with the designs. I go here, group, and first of all I select the wash. It's a bit difficult with the two windows, so let's stay only in the programmer window. I will do positioning there in the center, and for the pen I do a little bit of a line. This is the first light. Okay, as it is a jamming show, a basking show, I do designs for all lights at the same time, so I make a setup that all together look good. Next thing is the wash. Turn them on. We also lift them a bit up. And we can do a design on the presenter or singer. Up. Have to reselect them. The spots will be on the singer. And then the beams. Let's do the same. Also on the singer. Of course we have to turn on the beams so we can see anything. And the beams a bit higher. Okay, that's the first design. I store it in presets and I call it center. Next design would be everything going more to the top. Also the spots. Okay, the wash will stay, but also we can change the wash a bit, and we do it with the align again. This time, oh, this was the wrong align. I would like to have this align. Make a nice ooh, and also yeah, that's fine. We store this as a second preset. I call this center up. Okay, let's make 2 or 3 more. Clear everything. The lights are very bright, so I turn down a bit the intensity. First of all, let's start with wash lights while they can be up. There's still the second Q on. That's why they're not symmetrically. Okay. So our wash lights, we do position. Again, they will be here. Keep in mind that the beam angle in reality will be much more open. So they're very spotty here in the simulation. Okay, we can do again a line. Maybe this time extreme, align off, and all of them start here, and again align. Okay, that's nice. Next thing is the max. With the max I would do a double cross thing. So I go here to fixtures, and with a max, first of all I choose all of them. I select all of them. Go a bit more to the center of the stage. Now we select the fixture 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's work here with the follow button. And for the other fixtures we can do this thing. Double cross. Okay, now it would be nice if the inner spots, well, we had the inner spots going to the drums, but let's choose 2 of them. This one. Sorry, mistake. I have to select it. Which one? I have to select it here. It's the 2, 2, and the 5, 251 and 252. They should go to the single position. Okay, that's nice. And not the beam, here the beam. Work with a bit intensity, not that much this time. Let's turn them down or straight forward. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So that's our next design. I call it double X. Okay, and let's make a last one. We're only preparing the show, so other positions we can do on stage. Next setup, again starting first of all with the wash lights. Or just on the center of the stage, and the inner ones, the Should be the 3 and the 4. Yeah, it's 3 and 4. They go to the drum position. Let's see if I hit them. Fine, they're on the drummer. Okay, now we change to the spots. The spots are on, and we have to select the spots. Spots go to the front. Okay, the spot number 2 and 3, I work with the next buttons. This will go to the singer. This will go to the singer as well. Whoop. Okay, and well, maybe the outside lights can go a bit in. Oh, on the drums. Up, 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 up. Okay, fine. And also the beams. Let's turn them on here. What do we do with the beams? With the beams we go straight over the head of the audience. And what we can do is double cross. I select 2 of them. Go back to the beams and do inside align. It's 11.8, and let's do the same with the next one. Oops, I have to select left to right. And here we do the same. Sorry, it's inside align, and we set 11.8. Whoop, it's a bit difficult here. Let's try it. Well, 11.4. Okay, and that's our last position. I'm gonna store it here and call this position A. Okay, we do our fader for our positions. Let's choose this fader. First position, store pos singer. Second position, pos singer up. Third position is the double X. And the last position is, well, I call it position A. Okay, we prepare the executor. I don't want to have auto start, not an auto stop. Here, of course, I want to have a crossfader and a go back button. Oops. It's a pity, it's very difficult to work with the 2 screens, as I said before. Okay, let's try and take a look what we got here. One design, next design, another one, and the third one. And we keep in mind that we can also work with the crossfader. We also got the possibility to play with the different chases we already made. Okay, fine. Next thing is I would like to make a group master here. First of all, I select the groups. This would be a group master for all the backlights or for all effect lights. Store group here. I don't need to give it a name. We only use one group master. This gives us the possibility later to prepare a look. Meanwhile, a presentation or whenever the singer is talking to the audience. For example, now he's talking to the audience. I know the next song will be a cold song. I would like to start on the singer position. We're on the singer position. And I'm also gonna start only with the backlight. Now the song starts. I lift up the group fader. Next thing is I would like to have a hard dimmer chase. It's prepared. And I start in with the dimmer chase and so on. And when the song stops, for example now we got a lot of things on, as soon as the song stops, I turn off the group master and take my time to prepare the next look for the next song. Okay, next thing is we do a few gobos. Here we go to our second fader ring and use this executor as an executor for gobos. And as I did before, I would like to use. Oh, let's take two of them. One for the spots and the other one for the beams. Okay, I do hard coding to be a bit faster. First thing we need is open gobo. Call it spot open. Triangle always is nice. Create a second queue. I only use here the gobos on the left side to be able to use the rotation. The thin bars. Well, and the grid ball. Okay, well, there is no gobo rotation on this, but also sometimes a cone is nice. So this means here open, of course, and here is the cone. Now we turn off the auto start, auto stop, and here we got the go back button. Okay, next thing, I go straight away to our beams and do the same thing for the gobos. I would like to have the open gobo, of course. Beam, open. Well, these little points I don't like that much. Here's the next one. This one is nice. And last not least, the stars. Same thing here, we turn off auto start, auto stop, and assign a go back button. Okay. As for here on fader wing 2, I would like to assign the executor buttons above the faders to a gobo rotation. Here I use a preset, because always in simulation, or a lot of times in simulation, the rotation, the gobo rotation, is not that what you see later on stage. Okay, first of all, let's reset all our executors. And then we create a look on stage. Let's say maybe here the double X. And I would like to assign 2 executor buttons with gobo and rotation. I do it this way because I always use the same gobos for rotation. Yeah, and it's a slow rotation. That's fine, the triangle. I'm gonna store it as a preset. Gobo rod. And the next one. Yeah, this also is nice with a rotation. Okay, fine. And I store also this as Gobo rod 2. Okay, the presets I can store on the second fader wing, right above the gobos. Here are the normal. Here are the normal gobos, and I would like to store the rotation gobos, just 2 of them, right up on the executors here. So I select them. First of all, the gobo rotation 1. It's here. And the next one is gobo rotation 2. I store them here. Clear everything, and let's have a quick check if it is working. Gobo rotation 1, fine. And gobo rotation 2. Okay. As the stage is very small here, I don't need a prism for the max, so I only do a prism for the beams. I lift them up, clear everything. First of all are groups. Now I go to beam, select the prism, rotation, well, prefer a slow rotation. Okay, now with a circle, here we can see it. There it is. I store it as a preset. Store, I call it prism rod 1, and make a faster one as well, and store it here as prism rotation 2. Clear everything. We go to our second fader wing and we do the same thing. The first prism rotation, I'm gonna store it here above the executor fader of our gobos for the beam. Rod 1, and the second one above the other fader. Rotation 2. Let's have a quick check if everything is working the way we want it. Okay, let's change the gobo. And we make a rotation. And here it is. Fine. Another way of working would be, for example, for the spots. For the Mac 500 we also could do a whole executor only for the rotation. Well, it depends the way you work. Okay, we got 3 executors left. Now let's do some effects. Here I would like to do a circle effect for our max. Here a pan and tilt effect for our max, and here a circle for our beams. Also we could do a circle and a pan and tilt for the beams here. Okay. We select our spots. Group fader must be up. I go for another position where I can see the beams a bit better. Yeah, I think that's the best one. We turn off the rotation, and we need open beam. Oh, let's go for the second one. Okay. So we're gonna choose, we select our Mag 500, go to the position. Yep, let's make it smaller again. Okay. I select circle effect. Let's do a shuffle selection. Yeah, that's fine. I make the size a bit bigger than I wanted actually, and a little bit faster than I need. Change the selection. Yes, that's better. Okay, I could store the circle as a preset to manipulate it later at stage, at a venue. And I call this circle or alternate circle spot. Clear everything, reselect the effect we made, and let's see where we can store it. We set on the second group, and I would like to store it here. So store here, and I call it circle spot alternate. Okay, next thing is we create a symmetric effect. To create a symmetric effect, I have to make two groups. Or just select the fixtures individually. The first three from left to right. I go to Effect, make it small again. A circle. That's fine, I go a bit up with the speed. Also here, 8, 8 and 8, I have to remember this, 8, 8 and 8. Now I select the next fixtures in the opposite order. Go again to Position, Circle Effect, adjust the values. And here I change the direction. Now I'm gonna sync the two effects. Okay, and now we have to adjust the faces. For this I make a big window. And we take a look at the face of our first fixture. The face is 0. The symmetric pair would be the last one, is 0. The next one is minus 120, then this should be 120. Let's change it to 120. Then we got here a minus 240, then this should be on 240. Okay, we select all of them and synchronize the effects, and let's see what happens. So here we got a nice symmetric effect. And we can store the effect here on the same executor as a second queue. Okay, nice. Again, we change the attributes, or not the attributes, the characteristic of our executor. What we don't need a start and stop. What we need here is a temp fader. And we're also gonna change the restart mode to current. Okay, that's it. Let's take a look at the effect. Whoop. fading 1. Here is, let's see, what is this? Yeah, here's our Symmetric Effect. It's also working when we change the position. Here you can see it very nice. We can adjust the size and the speed. And here is our alternate effect. Okay, we're gonna turn it off again. Off means, well, the effect always is on, but off means there's no speed and no size. Okay. Then we said we want to have pan and tilt effects. Let's first of all select the fixtures. I think also we can choose another position. I think this would be the best position. And we do our pan and tilt effects. Or better said, only a tilt effect, a tilt sinus. Yeah, that's nice. A bit faster, and of course the size should be higher. Okay, that's a typical sinus. Yeah, it's a classic effect. So we can use this effect. We start as a preset. I call it tilt spot. I just see we forgot to store the last effect we had. Well, it doesn't matter. We clear the effect, start it again with the preset. We go to our second fader wing and we store the effect here on the second fader wing. I call it tilt spot. Next thing is we do a symmetric effect, symmetric pan and tilt. Let's do the same with blocks. Oh no, let's go from in to out. I change a bit the selection order. I do a thing from in to out. Go to position, make it small again. Here tilt sinus effect. First of all, the size a bit bigger. The speed, yeah, it's fine, the speed. And now we go to the second menu and choose 3 blocks. Yeah, that's it. We could play a bit with the width. So maybe if we only go to a 70. The size is fine, the phase we can keep. Yeah, this would be our second effect. We store it again as a preset. And I call this tilt symmetric. Okay, next thing is that we create an effect for our beams. I make them visible. I select our Sharpies. I'm only gonna do a symmetric circle. And also do some hard coding. Here choose a circle. Yeah, the size is fine, the speed is fine. Create a circle for the next 2 fixtures in the opposite order. Position, a circle effect. We change the direction and we sync the effect. And as there are only 4 fixtures, it should be symmetric straight away. Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna hard program. So without a preset, I just store it here and call this beam circle. Okay, we can create a temp fader. For this I have to go to the second fader ring, beam circle, and this will be a temp fader. Clear everything. And now we can start our effect here, speed and size. Well, if we get more time, we also could store some tilt effects or whatever effects as second or third and whatever cue. Okay, let's take a look what we got right now. First of all, I'm gonna reset all executors. This goes by MA off, everything off. Okay. Important, if we set off everything, it doesn't turn down the faders. Group faders on. Yeah, and actually now we could start making a design. The wash. Here we got the different colors. Adjusting a beam. The positions and so on. A button that's very important for me is a reset button. I normally, when I do basking, I prepare a look whenever the singer or somebody is communicating with the audience in between the songs. It's the moment where I try to create a look, and for this it's very easy reset button, and I'm gonna store it here, a reset button. First of all, what I would like to reset is the intensity faders here. And we got the intensity faders on executor 12, 13 and 14. Okay, let's store an empty executor. We take a look at the empty executor. Go to the CMD section, and here we write off executor 12 through 14. So that's all intensity of the backlight. Okay, let's take a look. Here I create. Let's give it another color so we can see it better. Okay, here's a look. And I would like to reset everything, and I go to our reset button. Executors are off. Next thing, I would like to have the executor faders at 0 again. So we continue with our comment. Semicolon. Executor 12 through 14 at 0. Okay, let's create a look. Again. Okay, here they are, still on. I go to our reset button, have to turn it off first. And now the executors are off and resetted. Now I undo a thing I did before. Here before I said the restart mode is current, but as I want to reset it, for me it's the best if it's on the first queue. I know it's the open queue. Okay, let's test it. For example, let's make some chasing here. There's another chase. Okay, I go to our reset button. It's off. And when I restart it, it should start with the first cue again. So we got a clean start. Okay, fine. And now I add to the comment everything I would like to turn off. In my case, to start empty. Also, I would like to turn off, let's see here, we got the intensity is down. We can keep the color, we can keep the position. The master speed also we can keep. Here I would like to reset the gobo, also the gobo, and turn off all effects. So we have to turn off these three executor. Let's see the executor numbers. So I don't want to get confused. So it's this, and that. The numbers are 15 to 19. Okay, we continue. 15 to 19 we set. We want to view this executor here. Here also we can just add the 19. And also I would like to turn off the gobo rotation. The gobo rotation are on 118, 119, 218 and 219. Plus 218 plus 219 plus 118 plus 119. Okay. And let's see if it is working. We create a big look on stage. Turn on a lot of things. Effects, effects. This one is on. Let's make a color we can see a bit better. Okay, a lot of things are moving, turning. And now I go to our reset button. Everything is off and no light is moving anymore. And we can create a new look. For example, the next song is a cold song. I go to cold one. I want to start with the double X position. First of all is the wash. The second will be the spot, but I also want to start with the spot with a soft chase, and I prepare a hard chase or the block chase for the beams. Next thing here we could choose our gobo, a triangle, or let's do a rotation. Preparing a circle. Okay, that's it. Now the band comes in, or the band starts playing. I lift up the group master. Here we got our backlights. And then I could start fading in the spots, the sharpies, and all adjustments I already made here are set. Okay, that's almost everything. And the very last thing is end of song button. End of song button is I would like to have all moving lights fading up. Let's show position. I would like to have them up here, the spots, and also the beams. Are we already in the singer up position? and this would be a last picture, and then they would fade out and reset everything. So I'm gonna create this look, but I have to create it with the programmer. What I would like to do is the spots and the beams. First of all, they will turn off the effects. So we go to Position, Effects, and Mute Effect. Then we go to the center up position. I do it again, the Mute Effect, center up position. I would like to have, no, they're already up. The Gobo can stay. Yeah, I think that's everything I need. And I store it here as end of song cue. Okay, let's see what happens. Group fader is off, group fader should be on. Let's create another look. Yeah, maybe something like this. And end of the song, they go up. That's fine. But that's not everything. Now I add some fade time. I would like to have a fade of 3 seconds. They go up in 3 seconds. Then I create a second cue. The spot, the beam, and the wash will have an intensity of 0. I store it here as a second cue. I take a look here, and the second cue also will have a fade time of 3 seconds. So 3 seconds up fade, 3 seconds out fade. The second cue will be timed. And the trigger time is not 3 seconds. I would like to start the out fade maybe after 2 seconds of the first. Okay, let's take a look. What we got here. Zup, zup. Okay, it's another cue. They go up and fade out. Okay, that's fine. And the last cue is after the fade out, I would like to activate the reset button. Let's see the number, it's the 107. So let's create an empty third cue. Start here. And here I go to CMD, I forgot the number, 107. Here in the CMD is on executor 107. Okay, let's see if this is working. Here we got a look again. Yeah, the Sharpies, yeah, you can see them. Okay, end of the song. The lights go up, fade out, and now they should reset. No, they're not resetting because I forgot the trigger time. So the trigger time, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, let's go here on 4 seconds. Okay, let's do it again. End of song, they go up, fade out, and should turn off. Yes, that's it, exactly. And the last comment. Finally, add another comment. This means again I store an empty queue here. And last but not least, I would like to turn off these two executors. And I call it off executor. Well, normally it's enough if you write x. Executor, I think it's 107 plus 207. Quick check. So 108. Here, okay. And also the trigger time with 1 second, that's fine. And again, we create a look on stage. Okay, I'm gonna start the end of song cue. They go up, fade out, turn off all executors, and turn off themselves. Okay, everything is fine. And last not least, we could do a Strobo Effect, even if in this job it's more a jazzy band. I don't know if they need a strobe, but well, let's prepare one. The Strobe Effect, I choose all of our fixtures. I give them a white color. Dimmer, full intensity. Yeah, let's make it small again. Full intensity. And let's see if we got a nice shutter effect here. Yeah, as I thought, we have to do the shutter individual for all kind of fixtures. Yep, so the wash light. Okay, they're strobing. Let's see what's up with the spot. Okay, and the beam. Okay, as the simulation never is as fast as the reality, I better make a preset out of this. I'm gonna store here. Sorry, I have to make a multi-preset. And I'm gonna store it as a multi-preset and call it strobe. Let's clear everything. Let's see if the preset is working. Yeah, there it is. We store it here on this executor. Call it strobe. Okay, let's create a look. I think we also can change the button, the strobe button, to a flash button. Well, normally I would use a swap button, but we're using all our backlights, so there's nothing to swap. And I don't want to swap the front light. Okay, let's take a look at our strobe button. Okay, well, we could adjust it later on stage, maybe turning off the beams. Okay, it's working. Let's do a little resume of everything we made. The whole thing is a basking show. So we prepare something that we can bask straight away without knowing the band. The only information I got, it's a jazz band. The audience is more a background jazz band for a dinner event. So there won't be too much disco effects and whatever. That's the only information I got. So for basking, our biggest job now is to memorize where we got all the things. So we start with front light. Maybe we can adjust a bit the simulation. The point light color, while the beam intensity can be a bit higher. Here's our front light. Okay, we don't need that much front light because it's a dinner event, so there's some light in the restaurant or hall or whatever it is. Also we got our strobe effect. Our smoke machine, sorry, we got a smoke machine on the dimmer channel. I think I forgot the presenter. Where is our... Yeah, I forgot the presenter. So let's go again to our groups. Here's the presenter. Give them full intensity. Okay, and I'm gonna store them on an extra fader. Let's go to the core fader and store them here. Presenter. Okay, fine. Ah, they also fit here. Okay, let's make an example. I make it a bit slower because still I haven't memorized the positions. And end of song, a reset. Nice. Okay, the presenter comes in, is presenting the band. Before the show I spoke to the band asking about the first song, if it's a hot or a cold song. And they said, they told me they start very smooth and it's more a hot song, a warm song. So I choose the design of the red lights. I also know that the singer starts singing solo a cappella, so I choose the singer position. It's already there. I would like to use a gobo with rotation. No effects, so let's turn off all effects. The group fader's up. The presentation is finished. And the singer comes on stage and starts singing. So slowly I can rise up the spot intensity. Here you can see the backlights. That's not very bright in the simulation. Let's adjust a bit the beam intensity so we can see it better. Okay, now slowly the band comes in. They're walking on stage, so I lift a bit up the front light. They start playing very smooth. A bit of backlight. And well, somewhere there is a drum solo suddenly, all of a sudden. And I can use our flash. Oh no, there is no flash, so I can choose here our intensity fader for the beams to play a bit with the drum solo. Could be even a bit faster here. Let's say there is a second part of the song. We do a bit of movement in the back. And we can also change slowly the positions with the crossfader to the next cue. Turn off the lights, it's a smooth path again. Meanwhile I prepare another look. We turn off the circle, come in with the beam, but we wanna here have a block chase. Only a little bit of beam. Now we can move up the spots. Do a little bit of a circle effect for the spots. And the song ends. I go to our effect, fade out, reset everything. Okay, I forgot to insert the executor of the presenter in the fade out effect. But to be honest, the presenter is gone, so we don't need the executor anymore. Okay, now they're talking to the audience. I know the next song is a bit crazy song, so let's do a very colored thing. And I want to start straight away with some movements. The song starts and we fire our beams. Also the wash will be prepared the second chase. I adjust the tempo. And now it's time to fire our backlights or our wash lights. Now we can also put a bit of rotation or change the gobo. Here it is. Also prepare another gobo for our spots. Or let's do a gobo rotation. So with the mouse I can't do it, but here this would be very nice to alternate the game playing with the spots and the beams. Well, and so on and so on. At the moment I only used the first bank of all our executors. So this would be my jamming bank or my basking bank. Meanwhile the concert I could go on with the programmer and create another groups, another banks of executors in the second, third or whatever bank, or also playing with the button wing. So this is an example what you can learn or what you already learned in this Dot2 course. I hope you had a lot of fun and well, keep on rocking!